Thursday, July 9th, 2026, 7 o'clock, and this is the Hadley Climate Change Committee meeting. First thing is we need to call it to order.
So just
Calling it to order. Second, somebody want to make a motion to approve the minutes, the June minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second that.
Yeah, with the correction of the spelling on Chris's last name, I spelled it incorrectly and I fixed it, so.
So it's Ian or Ian?
INS, I left out the S.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I've been doing it with an E.
Kathy, how do you pronounce it?
Desjardins? Or the accent is some, I don't, you would have to ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's French. So, is there a second to approve the minutes? Oh,
I
wait,
second that.
okay, all in, except including that
Including
correction,
the chair.
all in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Okay. So Chris was supposed to come and talk to us about our energy efficiency projects at the school, but he's not here yet. Do you want to go ahead
Sure.
and do climate?
All right, so this is an article that was just in the New York Times on July 3rd. Without climate change, the US heat wave called virtually impossible. Scientists have said the conditions are the result of climate that is fundamentally different from the time before fossil fuels started rapidly warming the world. I'm just going to read some important excerpts from this. Heat and humidity is severe and prolonged and far-reaching as this week's would have been virtually impossible in the Northeast and Eastern Canada before humans began warming the planet, a team of scientists said on Friday. Emissions of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases from the burning of oil, gas, and coal have trapped more of the sun's heat at the Earth's surface, raising worldwide temperatures for more than a century. Summer hot spells are nothing new, but because of the excess heat around the planet caused by global warming, they can produce higher temperatures today than they once did. The one more paragraph to share. To estimate how much climate change increases the likelihood of this week's sweltering conditions, the scientists analyzed the records of measurements of the heat stress called the wet bulb globe temperature, a figure that accounts for humidity, wind, and direct sunlight. Given that this heat wave is still unfolding, researchers combined weather observations and the forecasts, and here it is, last paragraph. They found that the highest 5-day total of this wet bulb globe temperature over the northeastern US and eastern Canada was still rare in today's climate, with roughly 0.5% chance of occurring in any given year. But it would have been effectively so rare to be effectively impossible in the cooler world before the Industrial Revolution, they found.
Jeff, what's the date on that article?
July 3rd.
Okay, thank you.
And it's from the New York Times.
Yep. Yeah, I have that part. Thank you.
Okay, anybody have anything to say about that? Or anything?
It's not much fun.
No.
It's tricky to farm it. It's tricky to grow our food.
How are the farms doing with all this rain we've gotten lately? Okay?
Oh, we were so short.
Yeah,
rain.
Right.
I was gonna say, what rain?
Well, it did.
It was
We were
necessary
down
rain.
a foot.
Yeah,
Necessary.
about 1.5 inches.
Yeah,
And it was
so it
gentle.
helped.
It was
It was
beautiful
gentle.
rain.
But we're still
So we didn't end up with fields sitting in water or anything, just.
No, it was gentle. It was over a long period of time. It was perfect.
It
rain.
was
Yeah.
a dream day.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
If that's your dream.
I just got back from a trip to Alaska and spent 2 weeks there, and I will tell you the people there are concerned about climate change. You just heard it all the time. It was very
Stuff's melting.
it was
really
interesting.
fast.
Yeah, most of the glaciers are receding. Some naturally recede, but they were saying, most of it is caused by the temperature increasing. They're terribly concerned about, the permafrost with buildings and, they have to think about all of their engineering and
Oh, because they
what's
built on it.
happening.
Yeah,
Right, and they've
And so
learned
if
how to
it's
do it, but when it starts to melt,
Defrosting.
yeah, yeah, it was interesting. And
I didn't even think of
from
that.
town to town or city to city, um, they were individually handling things in an interesting way. The hotel that we stayed at in Fairbanks did not have plastic water bottles at all. They were not accessible. You drank from the tap. And that was it. You couldn't buy them in the hotel. However, stores, it was up to them. And some little restaurants we visited had them, others did not. So, people are individually or companies are individually trying to do the right thing. It was interesting.
did you go to Homer, Alaska?
We did not.
Okay,
No.
in the Kenai Peninsula,
No.
they had some terrible wildfires a few years ago.
Yeah,
And that's one reason they're really
they're
tuned
concerned
in.
about that also. We heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Because they also have an issue with a beetle that is killing the spruce trees. So there's a lot of dead wood standing. And basically it's just a matter of time when a lightning strike will touch it off and the cycle will go around again.
Had you been there before?
No, this is my first time. Beautiful. Go. If you haven't gone, go.
I've had a chance to go a few years ago. It was amazing.
It is amazing. You can't really describe it. But anyway, yes, so it's a concern, and folks in Alaska are definitely paying attention.
Things are happening first and
Yes.
faster.
Yes.
Poles.
Yep,
I forget
because
why.
of the gradient. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm so sorry that you would find him. We don't really have a whole lot else on this agenda.
Is there anything
We
you
get
can
it
tell
till
us,
next
Catherine?
time?
I don't think there's anything
New
new.
from last time?
This is, I did a quick. So far, the work that's been done is the lighting, upgraded the sewer department, an outer door and some weatherization, I guess, around the door, something at the elementary school and the same at Hopkins, air sealing at Hopkins. And then we have a proposal that's been approved by Green Communities to do the insulation above the stage at Hopkins, and it's Energy Source is going to do that work, and apparently that's going to happen this summer. Then AEG had put in sort of a half-baked proposal to do $32,000 worth of insulation work, I guess at Hopkins this summer, but he didn't have the incentives applied. It wasn't really, it's not, that's not ready to go yet. And besides that, we need a lot more insulation than that at Hopkins, and we have more money than that to spend and that we need to spend. So I think we already all talked about this and agreed that, we should suggest to Chris that he forget AEG.
Yeah.
Get a proposal from Energy Source, or, we have this amount of money. We know we need lots and lots of work. What should we do next? And here's how much we can spend. And so the last email I had from, well, it wasn't just me, the whole thread. Chris said that he was planning, I think I got the impression, he said, I'm gonna meet with them. I think that he meant Energy Source. To talk about doing that next week. That would have been 2 weeks ago. So I was really looking forward to hearing from him tonight where we're at with that. But anyway, so I guess one thing we could do is I mean, I have on occasion, and Jack has too in the past, just made appointments with Chris and gone to his office to talk to him about stuff. Are you interested in doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I think what he needs is like a weekly phone call on a Friday and then on a Monday morning. Friday when he's setting up, like the contractors need that on a Friday because they're thinking about
Yeah,
the next week.
yeah.
And then
I mean, I have done it with regularity, not that regular,
Yeah.
because he's so, I mean, a lot of times
Yeah.
you call and he doesn't answer his phone. I mean, there's a lot going on
Well, I
with
get it.
everybody,
I
with all
get
the
it.
budget
I'm
stuff.
not even talking about calling. There's two issues here. One is getting Energy Source to spray closed cell foam insulation on the stage roof. That's already been approved. We're waiting for a contract. Somebody's got to call that contractor.
Well, I have a feeling that's all scheduled, and but it'd be nice to hear that for sure.
Yeah. Let's
And
find out
then-
what the schedule is and let's keep them on it.
Mhm.
Right. So I guess what I could do is email him. Sorry I didn't remind you. Sorry I missed the meeting. Do we want to meet with him before the next meeting or?
Might not be a bad idea because
Yeah.
the summer is so short and a lot of the stuff would really ideally be done.
Well, yeah, that's what I
Especially
feel
the
like.
closed cell phone. I mean, it's not that toxic once it's set, but you don't
Well, the
want
time to do
you
it
don't
is
want
when the
kids
kids are
around
not
when
in
you're doing
school.
it.
Yeah. So what's your availability? I mean, can I set it up for
I'm
pretty much?
gone,
Okay.
the 11th of August.
Wait, you're
I
leaving when?
leave on the 11th of August for 3 weeks to Michigan.
Oh, I'm hoping we could set this up for like next week.
Next week it's wide
Okay,
open,
so you,
except for between 11 and 2 every day. I'm lifeguarding for ladies camp.
oh, cool. Okay, so all right, let's say you're available.
Any day next week except for a long middle of the day.
But a
Any
morning,
day
a
next week
morning meeting would work.
Morning or afternoon?
before 11 or after 2.
Yeah.
Okay, before 11 a.m. 2 p.m. Until that goes on until August 11th.
No, it's just next week. After that,
Oh,
after
okay.
that, I'm much more flexible.
Next week. More available until August 11th. Which we definitely want to do it way before then. Okay. So I'll get in touch with him and see, what I can set up. And then let you know, or I'll just include you. I'll email him and include you on the email. And we'll see. I mean, he's really good about doing all this. It's just he's got a lot on his plate. It's not just this.
Right.
So, okay. Well, sorry. Well, is there anything to report about the landfills?
No, I think yeah, there's not much news going there beyond what we reported last week. Select Energy is the current contractor that Power Options has determined is their most competitive supplier and one who does municipalities. And they produced a draft contract just to get town council looking at it. There's a lot of details that have not been worked out yet. They have to hear from Eversource and crunch the numbers tighter, but a lot of the verbiage is in the contract, and it's good to get the council to looking at it. So as far as I know, council is looking at it now. I don't know. I haven't heard back from.
So that committee's not meeting regularly?
It's not really in our hands at this point. It's
I see.
the town is working with Power Options. Power Options does it.
So who of the town, so is Nate Malloy the one meeting with them or?
It's all email between him and them, yeah.
Okay, but he's the point person on that. Okay.
And David Phil is the select
Okay.
rep.
You can't be on the thread.
Oh, I'm on the thread. Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
whatever is happening, you're aware of it. It's just
Yeah.
nothing. We're still
I,
waiting.
I guess so. I mean, a lot of the stuff happens in town, and I'm just
You're right. A
I'm not
conversation in
aware.
the office. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. All right.
Like I can't tell you unequivocally that Nate has given that to town council because I'm not in
The select board.
in the loop.
Yeah. Okay. Um, all I have to say about a speaker at the library is I did talk to Sue Brown, the librarian, about what we would like a panel or a speaker to talk about, which is basically the topics they covered in that book, Plastic Ink. And so, she said, okay. She said maybe it would end up being a panel rather than one person, but so she's on that, and that's what's going on with that. The composting, food waste separation at the elementary school, I did meet with the principal, and she's gung ho, green light, we're gonna do this. And I
What's
shared
her name?
Jennifer Dowd, Dowd, and I shared with her um, the cost for. You're right. Pickup from Casella is pricey. It's looking. It depends on if we're gonna do food separation at breakfast and lunch, then we probably need a 4 cubic yard dumpster over there. If not, maybe a 2 cubic yard is gonna work. So for once a week pickup for the 10 months of the school year, it's about $3,000.
And that would come from the
Right now, we
sustainability.
have it in that account.
What was that again? The R?
RDP, the recycling dividends. The other thing is I did get in touch with Amy Donovan and about the compostable trash bags that they're. I had priced a couple, like a Staples had a good price, and anyway, but I emailed her to see what they were using, and she gave me the name of the company. It's in West Springfield, and the size and so forth. So, and it's a better price than what I had found. So I told Jennifer about that. Anyway, whatever I knew of that, I thought was useful information, I shared with her. And I did talk to her about having a textile collection box at the school, and that could generate some, income for them to, because next year, well, not next year, but the year after, getting them started so that it doesn't cost them anything will pretty much deplete this account until we get our next grant. And then, so, most of that money is already spoken for. We never again probably will have 3,500 that we can devote to, like if Hopkins decides to do this.
Well, is there a best group for the textile collection?
Yes, it's Bay State Textiles.
Okay.
They are the ones that actually, like anything they get that's not usable, can't be sold, or isn't worth it to pass on, they send to a textile recycling place that it washes it down to the fibers, and the blue cloths that you see in automotive repair shops, those are made from recycled cloth. Anyway, so they're really good, and they have a school box program, so that if we get a box for the elementary school, they'll put like the school logo on there, and it'll say Hadley Elementary School, and she really liked that idea. She's concerned about people on, coming onto school grounds who aren't parents of, or, related some way to, I guess she keeps an eye on the parking lot.
Yeah.
She's a little concerned about strangers being on the property.
But if you had it on the far side of the parking lot, You can keep it a distance away from the school.
Yeah, I mean, and I told her, like the Amherst schools have them. I don't know if all of them do, but I know the high school does, Crocker Farm does. I doubt if there's one at Fort River because of all the work and Wildwood isn't gonna be used anymore, but, and Crocker Farm, I mean, it's just shoved in the grass, like, next to they don't have a great they have a worse parking lot than Hadley Elementary. And, I just encouraged her to look and see what the other schools were doing, and they're not having any problems. And it's, some money that could help pay for stuff. So anyway, she's gonna talk to Annie about it, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but it's a
Can you
possibility.
repeat, did you say that it's gonna cost about $3,000 a year and that you have money to do that for 1 year and then after that it'd be done? There'd be no more composting.
Oh no, they're gonna keep going. Um, I mean, her attitude was, "Oh wow, that's great, you have money for us," but she was gonna make it happen anyway.
Okay.
So, you know, PTO fundraisers, they do all kinds of little fundraisers over there. And you know, it's she wants Hadley Elementary to be a green school, which is it's great. Yes, totally. It's good for the kids, and good for the environment. I don't even have to explain. So it looks like for the following year, there will be, if we get the same, we've been getting around 3,800. That's the grant amount we've been getting every year. And from that, we've been buying 20 compost bins every year. This year, that's going to cost 1,300. Doing a shredding event that costs 1,000. I got an email from Steve Talega, the recycling coordinator in Amherst, and he's the one that organizes the household hazardous waste collection day every year that Hadley participates in. Ever since I've been involved, our participation fee has been $500 or 400 if I help that day. So I've been helping.
Is there a way that a local bank, like Bank ESV, will often do shredding days in different communities? Is there a way that we can merge our shredding day and get it co-sponsored by a bank?
I'd like to raise the issue at this point that I haven't been convinced that shredding has anything to do with our mission.
It doesn't.
No.
It really
It's
doesn't.
an unnecessary.
It's something
primarily an
that
unnecessary step in the solid waste disposal. It's a consumption of energy basically that's completely unnecessary.
well, we do get a point for it when I do the application. We get a point for having a shredding event.
I would like to take issue with that.
So
But maybe I'm just ignorant, so he needs to.
now that we have some competing projects, well, let me just finish about household hazardous waste day. So far, it's been costing the town, since I've been involved, $400 a year, and usually somewhere around 25 Hadley residents participate in that. He said it's gotten way more expensive, and it's probably going to cost 1,000 to 1,300 this coming year. And I'm going to take it up with our regional manager for this thing because on that application, we don't get any points for participating in that. You have to participate in 2 or more a year in order to get any points. I'm especially with it becoming so expensive. I'm like, excuse me, once for a small town like Hadley with only 20, 25 people showing up to participate anyway. Not that hundreds from Amherst show up, maybe 140.
It seems you could have a step differential in the rates too, smaller towns, larger towns. I don't know.
Whatever, but that's something I don't want to, it's not my call anyway. I mean, the town was already participating in this every year before I came around. So, but it's going to get a lot more expensive. Whether or not we need to do the shredding event, it might be more worthwhile to not spend money on that and put it towards it, helping Hopkins get set up with food separation. And I think that has a lot more effect on the environment. And plus, it's just such a good thing for the kids. It's just
Well,
a very positive.
the key is to
forward.
get Hadley Elementary off to a good start
Right.
and
And
then
then
grow it.
hopefully, in the next year or two, somebody at Hopkins. So maybe, maybe we won't do a shredding event the next few years or ever again. I mean, there are,
I mean, certainly the hazardous waste thing keeps some very nasty things.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Dumped
I
into
mean,
our
we
attic.
really should be offering that. But the shredding, I mean, you can go to the company we use is Vital Shred. You can go to their website and they list where all there are events around. So if somebody really has stuff they want to get shredded, you can find a shredding event to go to. We don't have to do that. People love it, but it's a lot of money for
A little return.
yeah, that's what I think. So um, that's where we are with that. I mean, it looks like, in September, October, we're going to get it up and running at the elementary school.
It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So for the next meeting, well, do we still want Chris to come to a meeting?
I don't think it's necessary. If you two can meet with him,
Okay.
that'll actually get things moving faster.
Okay. Well, one of the reasons to meet with him is to not only talk about using up the designation grant, but this competitive grant to talk about. I mean, now he has two things he needs to do. Let's get a proposal for using up the rest of this money, and then get on it with proposals for the next batch of work.
Do you know when the deadline would be for the next batch of work?
I think
And what
it's,
we need to get him to
Oh,
do
I-
is to
here.
go over the energy reduction plan and pick the things that he thinks are the most important, and then we give that to Mimi at PV.
I'm sorry,
I just want to be clear what the protocol and sequence is. What we're waiting for Chris to do on the next proposal is to pick the priorities on the energy reduction plan.
well, so the thing, what I feel like, okay, so here's the town energy reduction plan. So you guys have this somewhere in your possession. I don't know if you ever printed it out or whatever, but it's broken down. We have, okay, so weatherization improvements. Anyway, it's broken down into sections, mechanical insulation, all these different things. So, I kept encouraging Chris to let this thing be his guide, but also when these companies come in to do a proposal, they look around and they have their own ideas about what should be done first. I don't think they're too different than what's in our plan. I think the doors was something that somebody noticed, or that Chris actually, it was his idea.
Drop this back.
No, that's yours, you can keep it. So, yeah, it's just a matter of, us being the support person, the nudger, like, okay, we need to get these proposals for the next batch of work. And it seems to me calling Energy Source is the way to go. They already did our plan.
And let them try to focus us on where the next priority is.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll get in touch with him about meeting with him next week or the week after, pretty soon.
So as we talk about topics for the next agenda.
Yeah.
It's been very complicated at the state level to see what's happening with all the different energy legislation, with all the different plastic legislation with everything going on. It would be great to get like Homer Gomez. Even better to get Joe Comerford, but who knows?
What's the difference though, really? I mean,
Well, one's Senate, one's House.
I know.
But yes, it would be great to get them in to say, in the end, because this year's legislative cycle will have ended by
Yeah.
the time we have our next meeting. What happened? What did you accomplish? You know, where are you going with all of these at the state level?
do you want to get in touch with him? See if you want him to come to a meeting? Why not, right? What do you guys think?
I don't know. I know they're busy people and we're just 3 or 4 constituents.
Yeah,
Um,
well, he does come to the senior center on a regular basis, I think.
yes.
So somebody could make it their business to show up for one of those
Mhm.
sessions, and he's there to answer people's questions, whatever they are.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, and he can even come in, if we can do a hybrid meeting, he can come in electronically. I think he lives in East Hampton.
Yeah, that might be a nicer thing to consider.
I know, but what I'm saying is if he's already coming to the senior center on a regular basis, maybe it would be more polite to come to him when he's already gonna be here.
Yeah, let's find out when he's coming next.
Okay, I think, I just got a senior center newsletter today, so. All right, let me see.
So how do you, either Kathy or Kathy, feel about sort of taking lead on that? I'm just finding out more
Sure.
about Homar's availability.
I'll find out. I don't necessarily want to be the one to talk with him. Would you do that?
I can,
Okay.
but if you want to take lead and CC me on that email,
Okay,
I just think it's really important because honestly, it has been so complicated
uh-huh.
following what's happening at the state level.
It's complicated stuff.
The bills change, the amendments change.
Well, and then because especially on the federal level, it's changing too. I mean, Trump is doing everything he can to stop all of it. So,
Except nukes and geothermal. He likes those too.
okay, well, that's nice that he likes geothermal, but he sure loves coal best, I think. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so for the next meeting, check with Homar about his availability, find out when he comes to the senior center and so forth. Okay. Between now and then, get in touch with Chris about meeting with him. What else for our next?
Let us know when he is coming to seniors, because I'd like, if I can, I'd love to come and ask some of those questions.
Will
Okay.
you be around for our next meeting?
No.
I don't know.
Mm.
And Catalina won't be around for our next meeting. And I'm not sure if Marion's.
And Marion will not. Marion's not available till September. Do we want to skip having an August meeting? That
We
might
may-
be better.
It might be best to skip August.
Okay. The thing is that we definitely need to meet with Chris on our own, keep the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And then maybe September would be a really good time to have him come to a meeting to let us know,
Report out,
yeah, what proposal he's gotten for the competitive grant. And hopefully by then,
And Kathy, I know I've asked you this a number of times, but like, when is the deadline on
it's
this?
in there.
Okay, it's on here. Okay,
Find a
application
highlighter.
deadline.
I don't,
Oh,
I was gonna ask you
October
that too.
9th, 2026.
all right, so date for you.
Okay.
So everything has to be done with our designation grant by February 12th, 2027, which is not very far from now
Yeah.
at the rate we're going. I want to get done. I would like to see us use up that grant this summer. So then,
That's a deadline that precludes us from applying to the next tranche of money.
yes, you have to be signed, sealed, delivered with your designation grant. All the paperwork done, the work done, the work paid for, all the paperwork submitted, boom, 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 done. And they-
Before that date. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's the last date. There are several, there's 4 different times you can do it. And that's the very last one. I'd like to see us be done by August 28th. That's
Mhm.
the one before that. But anyway, it's on page 3 of
Yeah.
Okay. Page what?
page 3. I highly suggest finding the highlighter. I mean, there's a lot of information in this packet. Some of it we don't really need to know.
Yeah, I guess I get a little confused because it seems like the state budget has been set. That's my understanding. It has to be set for July 1st in Massachusetts, but yet they can debate different items up until the end of July. And then they start another 2-year cycle.
I don't know, and I don't know if that has
Yeah.
anything to do with this.
No, but I'm just saying that'd be a great question for Omar Gomez
Oh,
to
right.
say, like, what's going on?
Yeah, well, you have your mind on that, so whoever can, my mind just doesn't go there. I don't know why. I'm just like, so whoever can formulate those questions, you should be the one to meet with them. Unless we're gonna have them come to a meeting.
Well, we certainly won't have them here in August. We won't have an August meeting, but
Okay.
it just, do an introductory email and CC me, and if you and Kathy are on it. At least we get the conversation going, and if he can't make it to our meeting, if we can't coordinate the time, maybe he can answer some questions by email.
Right, or I don't know, I mean, you sounded like you'd be willing to come to the senior center and
Yeah.
it's not a big, long conversation, and I'm sure other people,
Does he do it on a regular basis?
I think
Is it
so.
like
He
coffee
had
with a
been.
cup?
yeah,
He had been.
Okay.
so.
Do you know when?
Well, that's what I was
It was in
saying,
the daytime,
Okay.
in the, in,
morning, I thought.
yeah, like on a Wednesday morning or something.
Hmm.
So it is
That
summer,
doesn't preclude a bunch of email as
Correct.
well.
Yeah.
Follow-up question. All good.
yeah, I mean, I feel like if he's already doing that, then maybe, I just feel like it's a little bit rude.
It's his job.
No, but
His
it,
constituents.
well, right, but why should he
It's not rude, but it'd be more polite to do it this way.
to just show up and ask him then?
Yeah.
If it's more involved than he wants to get into, then that would be a good time to
Yeah.
invite him to a meeting.
It's also important to keep speaking up about this. We have a little place in Leverett, and I happen to be on the plastics committee in Leverett, and we've been trying, and they changed the House and Senate bill a half dozen times. Just this year, we have been
Oh,
writing
like what they're
letters.
gonna do.
It's just, it's hard to catch the train.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about next September. So we're gonna meet with Chris soon, but then probably would like for him to come to the September meeting also. You think? Okay. Anything else for the September meeting? Besides the usual updates?
Did anything ever happen with the Valley Bike Program, or what's it even called these
The
days?
town hall seems to be doing something with that.
Oh, really?
Nathan Roy mentioned it, giving his report to the select board.
Okay.
So, yes, something is happening.
Who's giving?
Our new town administrator,
Good.
Nate Malloy.
Great.
Thanks for
me-
that info. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, anything else? I mean, these are,
Anything else? Are we public comment time?
yeah, Chris, you are Tony. Are we moving on to public comment?
I don't have any comment, but I'd add that the select board was not interested in Valley Bike Share. Neighbor Lloyd was very interested in it, to promote it, but it's at least I don't know if there was a vote on it, but the select board did not seem interested in pursuing it. Just put that out there since we're discussing.
Okay,
Yeah, all I know is Nate mentioned it,
yeah,
but that's as
He's
far as I
very,
know.
he's very in favor of it.
okay, thank you. All right. So we about done?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, so September.
So the September meeting would be,
I don't, you'll have to, I don't have my phone to,
so it is the second Thursday in September. So it looks like it's gonna be 10th.
10th.
Do we want to vote to adjourn the meeting?
so you wanna make a motion?
I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.